Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence.
Diddy Combs has been denied bail in connection with the sexual abuse and sex trafficking charges he faces. And as Les Trott reports, the music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Diddy's life just took a turn for the absolute worst, and it looks like he's staring down a life sentence. His empire, built over decades, is collapsing right before our eyes, and now his sons, Christian, Quincy, and Justin Combs, are being dragged into the spotlight. It's not just their father going down, his legacy is crumbling too.
You can't do anything right now without talking about Diddy. Diddy is today everywhere. Diddy denied bail after pleading not guilty to sex trafficking crimes. Not going to racketeering charge. The judge ruled that there were no conditions that could ensure public safety due to the private nature of the alleged crimes, emphasizing the weight of the evidence against him. Diddy's legal team plans to appeal. His lawyer saying he is innocent. He's not afraid of the charges. We're going to stand by his side. Diddy offered a $50 million bond, surrendered passport, and proposed home detention, but the USDA deemed him a flight risk with a decades-long history of violence. The indictment alleged Diddy ran a criminal enterprise through his companies using firearms, threats of violence, coercion, and sexual abuse to control victims. Authorities seized freak-off supplies and weapons during raids, revealing disturbing details about Diddy's alleged abuse. Apparently they said what did they find? The amount of stuff they found on the place, which was ridiculous.
100 bottles of baby oil.
50 Cent trolls Diddy and his 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil found in a federal raid. He took a shot at Diddy after his longtime rival was arrested on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. He says the In the Club rapper 49 posted a picture on Instagram from his appearance on the Drew Barrymore show and made a crack about $1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil that were seized by Homeland Security at Combs' home back in March. Here I am looking good company with Drew Barrymore, 50 Cent caption, alongside a snap of himself. I'm Drew Barrymore, 49. So what do you think about all this stuff, Vinny?
Well, first of all, I mean, dude, it was only a matter of time. How much stuff do we have to see from the past? And I hate when Tom, what's it called? The statute of limitation, when the time...
statute of limitations on certain crimes. Yeah. Once it expires, you cannot be prosecuted.
We saw, besides all the dirty, freaky stuff that we heard, which whatever, he's a freak. We've heard about the rumors from the hip hop world, but the video of him grabbing that girl, dragging her, beating the hell out of her, and nothing happened to him.
Hotel video.
The hotel video. Wow. So the sex rooms in his mansion.
Cassie, who was
Cassie gear, hidden cameras. Just like Epstein, lingerie. According to federal source, he said that as bad as Epstein, this federal source said. And one of the Department of Homeland Security agents who helped raid Diddy's Florida home claimed that the mogul had rooms that were clearly just dedicated, rooms plural, for sex. And he said, so if you were in these sex parties, you were being recorded from every possible angle, including angles that you wouldn't even know about because they were hidden. And he said days long, they called them freak-offs, where he drugged up victims and they were allegedly forced to sleep with male prostitutes. I sent you this video. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen these videos that are just surfacing from Diddy. This is Diddy of him at a party and what he does to his guests at his parties. Check this one out.
These young men who grew up in the lap of luxury are now facing a future where their family name is drenched in shame and controversy. You know how the streets work. Once your reputation's tainted, it sticks forever. Diddy's sons living in their father's shadow. Christian Combs, better known as King Combs, was on his way to building his own career as a rapper and model. But with Diddy's alleged crimes front and center, people are already side-eyeing him, asking, was he involved? Or how much did he know? Whether they were part of their dad's operations or not, the Combs boys are going to be living in that shadow for the rest of their lives. Every time they step out, every career move they try to make, the public's going to remember their father's fall from grace. And let's be real, Hollywood and hip-hop have long memories. These sons are going to be haunted by their father's downfall forever.
What he does, look at him, Adam. Is this during the sun is out?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party. This is what happens
white man.
to the white man.
Look, that guy is just.
It's so unfortunate. You gotta pull back though, so they can see.
Like you're proud of that?
That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. Would you get a drink out his head? And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He's
putting people on blast.
DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. I put him to sleep. Next day, right?
Yeah.
You put the drink on his head.
Just to let you guys know, just FYI, they're not just coming for Diddy, Pat. Okay, this is, you guys heard it, Feds and Homeland Security, okay? And the last time, the only thing I'm worried about, Tom, not worried, but I mean, it is what it is. He's in this prison, this jail. They're begging for him to come out. One of the reasons the judge won't let him come out is because he's dangerous. He'll have people go after these witnesses. And this is, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if, God forbid, something happens to this guy while he's in prison. Because we've seen people that have these cameras set up in houses and high-profile people that have been recorded. They're panicking right now.
Well, I was looking at interest rates and doing a lot of things the last couple of days. So, no, really, I wasn't diving into the story and reading everything I could on it. But I saw a couple clips yesterday from the Breakfast Club. And the Breakfast Club were talking about this is just the beginning, that there's 2 other big names and like 7 other people that are going to come, that are going to also end up in front of the judge on this.
Yep.
And it's just, it's crazy. And if this is the way it was operating, then this is finally #MeToo coming to the music industry after it walked through the other side of the media industry, and Les Moonves and Harvey Weinstein and everybody had their moment. Now Diddy's going to have his moment, and apparently it's the biggest and most salacious moment of all.
And they're saying his Christina Koram, his Combs chief of staff, she's probably going to be one of the main witnesses in the probe, and she was a huge member of his team. And they're dubbing her online as the Ghislaine Maxwell, the right hand, dubbed as his gatekeeper. So I don't see him. The fact that the judge won't give him the $50 million bail to come out, it's not good.
It's Al Capone's accountant all over again, right? It's somebody close to the big guy.
Yeah. Speaking of Al Capone, I actually have a question for PBD because, there's 2 things that they said in this thing right here. They said he's denied bail after pleading not guilty to sex trafficking.
Yep.
And then the other thing was racketeering charges. We've seen what's going on with the sex trafficking of that. He's in jail. He's literally in jail right now. He's denied bail. Diddy's famous lines, take that. I don't know what's going on in jail right now, but hopefully he's not
he's probably loving that, right, Deli?
We'll see what happens there. But the racketeering thing, you've interviewed Sammy the Bull and Michael Francis, and the list goes on and on and all. The whole RICO charges, the whole concept of racketeering is that you're in an illegitimate business, basically disguising as a real business, but it's actually fraudulent, bribery, extortion, fraud, money laundering, drug trafficking, embezzlement. What's the RICO? What's the racketeering in your opinion of what could potentially be going on with Diddy, just based on everyone you've interviewed?
Well, there's so many categories to it, right? You get to pick and choose. They get to pick and choose.
Sure.
The way they wrote this law allows them to go after people for different reasons. Okay, you pick and choose which one this is. He's in most of them.
Yeah,
he's in most of them. If you think about it, right, with the stories that's coming up. By the way, think about so Stephen A. Smith yesterday is doing a show with another guy that they have on, and the other guy says, this isn't just about Diddy. Diddy's life is on the line right now, and people, it's just, at any point, anything could happen to him. Forget about the fact that, he's got a lot of risk on the line. Think about him, the comparison with him and Epstein, right? Here's a story. Meet Sean Diddy Combs' manipulator-in-chief, who was once compared to Ghislaine Maxwell. Did you see this story?
Black Epstein.
Let me read this to you.
Please. Find that picture.
Christina Koram, chief of staff at Combs Enterprises and described as Diddy as his right hand, is alleged to be the manipulator-in-chief in federal investigation as close source, claims she knows everything about Combs' alleged sex trafficking activities. Although she's not been arrested or charged, the federal indictment accuses Combs of using high-ranking supervisors to facilitate and cover up the abuse, with Karam allegedly organizing freak ops involving sex workers and raids on Diddy's mansion, seized narcotics with over 1,000 bottles. In a separate lawsuit, Little Rod, Karam is compared to Ghislaine Maxwell, to Sean Combs, Jeffrey Epstein, and accused of ordering sex workers for Combs. Little Rod also alleges she made staff carry drugs for Combs. Okay. At this point, everyone knows Diddy's done. This isn't about Diddy. This is about anybody and everybody that went to that house or the other one, LA or Miami, that did anything after having 3, 4, 5 drinks, and you went to a room and you don't know what happened, you don't know what's recorded. Those guys who went to those parties, they're all calling each other.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
They're all calling each other saying, oh, shit.
Dude, you were at that party, right? Yeah.
And you know what's going to, and not only, and by the way, all the people that are calling each other, then there is the last call. You know what the last call is? Who you're calling? Nobody. It's you and yourself. Ooh. You're calling yourself and you're saying, oh man, it's just you and Diddy. And an imaginative conversation that you're having. Because you know Diddy's got the tape of what she did.
Oh my goodness.
So imagine those politicians, the athletes. LeBron's party there many times.
Oh,
the
he's hung
celebrities,
out with
the
Barack
pastors,
Obama and everybody.
Exactly. Imagine those guys who are sitting there saying, hey, we have to get those tapes at all cost, ASAP.
Whether they like it or not. Cassie in witness protection. The plot thickens even more with Cassie, Diddy's former longtime girlfriend, reportedly going into the witness protection program. Rumor has it she knows way too much, and the feds want to keep her safe. For years, people speculated about what she might have seen or been involved in during her time with Diddy. Was she privy to his darker dealings? Did she know about his shady connections, illegal business ventures, or even worse? If she's going into protection, you already know the authorities are about to use her as a key witness to bring him down. Cassie's got a lot to gain from turning on Diddy and spilling all the tea. Her career post-Diddy has been low-key, but this would skyrocket her into the center of one of the biggest scandals hip-hop has ever seen. Now, with witness protection, she's essentially untouchable, and Diddy knows it. Jaguar Wright, another key witness? And if you thought it couldn't get messier, enter Jaguar Wright, who has also reportedly been tossed into the witness protection program. Jaguar's been exposing industry secrets for years, with no one batting an eye until now. She's been vocal about the dark side of Hollywood, particularly the music industry, and has had a lot to say about Diddy's connections to some very shady dealings. But if she's in witness protection too, it means she's got receipts, big ones, the kind that could lock Diddy up for life and possibly take down other big names in the process. The feds wouldn't be putting her in protection unless she was sitting on some real hard evidence. Jaguar has long been known for exposing people in the industry, but now it seems like she's going to be a crucial part of the case against Diddy. Now, with all of this piling up, Diddy's chances of walking free are slim to none. The way things are going, it looks like he's about to spend the rest of his life behind bars. From murder conspiracies to money laundering to being implicated in some dark, twisted parties, Diddy's list of alleged crimes is enough to lock him up for multiple lifetimes. Like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.